So my goal for this channel is to bring you as many interesting automotive related stories as I possibly can, even some weird things. Today we're in Aurora, Indiana. Take a look at what we found. So before we go into the cemetery, I want to ask you something. If you're watching the channel, you like horsepower and stuff like that, or if you're tuning in for the Model Ts, you probably don't like much horsepower. But anyway, before we get into the cemetery, let's show you something else we ran across on this road trip.
So Todd talked a little bit about horsepower. Horsepower is a unit of measure for the rate at which work is done, often used to describe the power output of engines or motors. In historical context, James Watt, inventor of the steam engine, developed the concept of horsepower to compare his engine's output to the work a horse could do. He estimated that a horse could lift 33,000 pounds 1 foot in a minute, which became the basis for 1 horsepower.
We thought this was a really cool opportunity to talk about horsepower. If Mr. Watt would have used man of war for a gauge, I wonder how things would be today.
Although Man of War did not run in the 1920 Kentucky Derby, he did win the other 2 legs of the Triple Crown, the Preakness and the Belmont Stakes. He won the Belmont Stakes by 20 lengths and set a new world record high. During that 1920 season, Man of War became a leading sports figure and pop culture icon. So the average racehorse has a 20-foot stride. Man of War was 28 feet.
Okay, back to Aurora, Illinois. We usually do travel stuff on our main streets and back roads by Todd Touchberry channel, but this is definitely car related. I'm always trying to find quirky things or places to stop for each channel, and this had to take the cake. So if you go around to the back side of the cemetery, it's just about to the back. Cherry Avenue goes this way, and this is section 1. In 1989, Aurora Shuck, who loved her 1976 red Cadillac convertible so much, she was actually buried in it. Let's see if we can find this. Now, from my understanding, Miss Shuck passed away from cancer in 1989. She was 62 years old, I believe, but before she passed away, she told everyone that she wanted to be buried in her red 1976 Cadillac Eldorado convertible. Later on, her husband Ray would be buried next to her. Now, we couldn't figure out really which side was which. I'll kind of walk it off here in a little bit, but you can imagine the unique circumstances and challenges for the crew and everything to take care of this request. I'm not sure how many spots they had to buy. I think it was 14 plots. And I think her car, including the concrete vault and all, was 27 feet by 12 feet by 6 feet. So just think about the expense of that, but this was her wishes. And I guess if you've got the means to do this and you want to do it, so be it. You know, I think it's a really cool way to, for people like us that didn't ever meet Miss Shuck, to go and visit her and pay our respects. Because I just think this is really cool. I was actually done editing this video and I did a little bit more research. And when Ray died in 2002, his cremated remains were placed beside his beloved Aurora at Aurora View Cemetery. Aurora C, 1927, 2002. Now what I was trying to do here was just kind of walk off a distinct marked area, what looks like the soil had been disturbed, just so you get a better picture of how big this area was, these plots. But before we leave the area also, I want to show you a couple of things at Sinclair gas station. We don't have any of these down south, and I thought they were just a myth still. Come to find out, there's one up in Illinois. You don't see many Sinclair gas stations. This is right down the road from the Aurora gravesite. Leave us a comment if you have a Sinclair gas station in your area. I really thought they were gone with the dinosaurs. Well, that's about all for this week, but before we get out of here, we had to go across this really cool bridge. I think I've only gone across one of these in the last 25 or 30 years, and I think that was in Mississippi on our cross-country trip. Don't forget, if we don't see you around here, we'll see you around.
You hear?